Okay, part 3. Again, I reached, my file limit and I had to delete another file. So take that message as you will. I feel like, again, it's about clearing this stuff out, right? It's about clearing out what's out of alignment and what keeps you in that place, of feeling stuck, of feeling beholden to, of feeling trapped, and actually controlled, controlled because you don't have the freedom to just move with the flow of your life, I think that this is really important piece here, and there's sort of needed to be like period, like it's time to really free yourself from these influences, these negative influences, and shine a light on them with this sun energy, bring that light in, right? It's time to move into a lighter, freer, happier cycle. Do you want to be chained like this? Do you want to have to go through life wearing a mask, putting on an act? Do you want to be a slave, to what others have determined is success, or what others have determined is happiness, and the ways that you need to compromise yourself in order to live up to that false ideal? Or do you really want to listen to your spirit, listen to where your heart's directing you, where you feel the happiness, where you feel the joy, where you feel the inspiration, the enthusiasm, the excitement, and move into this energy, right? That sun energy, right? There's that energy coming in again, right? That pitta kind of energy. I feel that a lot of you are going to start to see things transform come summertime, and probably in Leo season, okay? So we're looking at like July, August, you'll really see things kind of come to this culmination point. You're going to feel the energy coming in. It's going to start lightening, but this is when things really take off, all right? And it leads to great joy with this hummingbird energy. It's like you've experienced the bitter taste of life. There's this saying, hard times and bitter tea. Like, I feel like a lot of you have been through this, hard times and bitter tea, and just trying to keep your chin up and trying to maintain a positive attitude through a lot of reversals. But you need to be prepared. Like, this energy is moving now. You're going to be stepping into the light, but you need to leave your attachment to this shit behind. You can't step forward if you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, if this is what you're anticipating, then that's what you're going to find. It's really about cutting the cords to these old energies that have kept you in that mindset. And in some cases, this is cutting cords to people, or it is cutting cords to, places of business where you've invested your time and energy and you've worked, but you weren't really valued, or it could be anything. Even where you're living, maybe the area that you're living in has served its purpose, and you're feeling like you're wanting new stomping grounds. It was 3:30 and then 3:33 on the clock when I said that. So big 3 energy. There's a lot about this coming in that, what you need to connect with may not be in your usual environment, and it does involve you kind of like not being so isolated, but getting back out into the world and connecting with other people that can actually, lead you on your new path, point forward a new direction for you. So do step into that light, because I see success, happiness, a lot of positive energy coming into your life that really makes you feel fulfilled, and it's going to bring in this lightness of being, and it really comes in that Leo season. So Leo energy here, okay, and Capricorn energy here with the devil, all right? So these are archetypal energies. Anybody can embody these energies. With that Capricorn energy, you may have found too that that's when you really, again, there's that winter message, like back in December of 2021 and January of this year, 2022, you may have really been grappling with this, devil energy, like the toxic stuff, and where you needed to sort of like, put up boundaries and and focus your energy in a new way. Yes. Oh, yes. It's time to transform this energy, collective. We got the Magician here with the Five of Swords, okay? And the Five of Swords really speaks of feeling like ways that you feel betrayed, you know, ways that you feel emotionally ripped off, you know. And some of you may have felt like you just didn't get your lot, you know, in life. Like you may feel like I've put so much time, energy, care, investment into this area, and all I found was disappointment. And I'm so tired of believing in things only to have them fall apart, you know, or not turn out the way I wanted them to, or trusting people and then being hurt in the process. A lot of these feelings may be coming up for you, but this is really about you, you know, realizing that in order for anything, you know, to limit you in life, to hold you back, any experience, any energy, you know, any person, place, thing, you have to have an agreement to take on that energy, right? But this is about you really stepping into your personal power with the Magician archetype here, okay? You have that wand, you know, which is associated with fire, okay? You have that wand, the ability to direct your energy to take action and to create the life you want to live. It's about awakening your inner alchemist, okay? And transforming this energy so you can move forward in an empowering way and step into this beautiful, you know, transformational energy that's on offer. And it brings so many blessings, okay? It brings so many blessings. This is associated with the archetype of Aries, okay? So we got that fire energy again. And we also have to remember that, you know, Aries has been hosting Chiron, which is all about, you know, healing our deepest wounds, you know, and letting the wound be the place where the light gets in, not getting stuck in the wound, not living in the wound, but using that medicine, you know, what you gain from really understanding what is this wound speaking to me? What is it giving me the opportunity to transform? And then when you really align with that energy, directing your intention forward by actually taking action. A magician is not passive. A magician takes action, you know, and transforms their life from the inside out, you know. And you may even, with that Five of Swords coming up with a card like the Magician, you know, you may even feel betrayed by spirits. Some of you may be struggling with that a bit, with your relationship, with your spirituality, and feeling, you know, disappointed, like a little bit jaded. And maybe it's important for you to like remember your connection to spirit by making contact with those elements, right? Making contact with the natural world, you know? That's where the magic is, right? Getting in touch with those elements, recognizing that, you know, the same force that works in nature is the same force that works through you. And it can be a balancing point for you. And I think if you are in that place where you're feeling like you're having a hard time connecting with your spirit, it might be some time to do some ritual, you know, however that looks for you. Everybody has a different way of expressing that. But, you know, make contact with the elements. Get out there and feel your connection to nature and the way you are supported by all of life, you know. Tap into that energy. Listen to the guidance that comes in, the way your intuition speaks to you when you're out in nature. And then take what you learn. Take what you learn from that time of connecting, you know, to source, and really embody it. And trust that you're being held, and take that action to move forward. And I just want to pull one of these cards here from the White Light Oracle, just to see kind of an overarching theme energy coming in this week to support us in this work. The Magician energy is also, it's really very much a renewal energy. You know, it's like that rebirth energy, but it starts with the one, right? It starts with you. 10:10 and on the clock when I said that. Oh my goodness, there's that one energy big time associated with spiritual gifts, It's by you really activating your own energy, dropping into your own energy. I think this is a big message that's really been coming through in this 3-part reading. That again, there's that 3 energy, right? It's all about the helpful people. It's about connecting with your sources of spiritual support, but you're not going to find it outside of yourself. It starts first within you. You reestablishing that connection. And you might just need to make your energy more clear in order to get back in touch with that again, Sometimes when you've been through a really difficult cycle, it can kind of crowd your energy space, where you can't really feel your own energy anymore. And that might be part of what's leading to your confusion about how to move forward. So I think that as you clear your energy, as you make contact with nature, as you get back in touch with your spirit and your soul, 11:22 on the clock when I said that, and the way that speaks to you and through you, I think that you will find the way forward becomes a lot clearer for you. And you're going to take empowered action that's going to transform your life, really, from the inside out. And it brings beautiful spiritual blessings and gifts on your path. And these gifts won't just be of the internal variety, like, oh, I've grown a lot, You're actually going to see a change in your circumstances, And I do feel there's a lot of new people coming onto the path that are allies, they're helpful people. And I do believe they're going to come in very synchronistically. I think that's kind of like the spiritual cogs turning, to align you with the right people, places, and things at the right time. A lot of timing is coming in here, A lot of timing is coming in with this change. And, these cards always take their sweet time. It's a newer deck, and so, the cards kind of stick together, and I'm waiting to see what message wants to come in for the collective. One summation message here from the White Light Oracle for the collective. What is the takeaway message they should take from this read and step into this week with? Guide them forward. One message. There we go. This is Alpha of Alcyon. Beautiful card. I love the artwork. The artwork is so beautiful. What's really drawing me here is the spiral and how the spirals are moving in both directions, So I see there's like this unraveling that's happening right now. And in some respects, you may feel like everything is unraveling. There may be areas of your life where you feel like it's all falling apart, or it's all, it's all going south fast, and I don't know how to turn that tide. And I think it's kind of saying like, just let what needs to unravel on a very practical level, Don't try to force, don't try to control. Just trust what needs to unravel needs to do so, because it's kind of had you tied in knots, It's kind of kept you stuck, I'm picking up this energy that things need to come undone in some respects for the right things to come together, It's like as this unraveling happens, then what needs to come in is drawn in, The spiral changes direction. It's like that yin-yang energy. And so even though some things are being released, new things come in, right? New things come in, new energy comes in that leads to great blessing in your life. And it's about not resisting. Look how peaceful, look how calm. And she's got her face to the sun, like she's got she's got her energy turned upward, right? And she's just listening. She's in this very receptive listening. Look, open, open. No head hung down, not closed off. Open, open and relaxed and totally receptive and listening. And this also reminds me of wind, you know, the way this energy is moving around her. And we've been talking about that air element, you know, and I feel that's so key right now, is getting into that sensing energy. If you think about it, all the different elements you can experience in a very like material way. Like you can see them and you can touch them, right? There's a physicality to them. If you think of fire, there's a physicality to fire. You can see it, and if you touch it, whoo, it's gonna burn, right? And same thing with water. You know, we are mostly water. So we understand water element on a very physical level, and we can touch water, we can drink water, we bathe in water, you know? So same thing with the earth element, right? You know, the earth is very tangible. We can see it, we can feel it, you know? We stand upon it. These things are very evident, but air is not so easy to grasp, right? You can feel air, right? You can feel air. So there's this piece about that, about really sinking into the feeling, into the sensing, you know, into the listening. Sound is carried on airwaves. So that piece coming in. There's something about this, that the messages, that what you need comes in with air element. Now, this may be that those helpful people coming in may have air elements strongly aspected in their charts. That's one way to look at it. So, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It may be that you just need to work with that air element, whether that's working with sound therapy, or even just, you know, taking some walks and just being real quiet and internalized and noticing the wind, you know, noticing the breeze, noticing the air current. What direction is it coming from? Is it coming from the north? Is it coming from the east? Is it coming from the south? Is it coming from the west? That might give you clues, you know. If it's from the east, maybe it's inspiration coming in. Maybe it's an idea that's going to spark your direction forward. If it's coming from the south, you know, maybe it's something that is stirring up your passion. Maybe it's giving you a clue about the action you need to take forward. Maybe it's something about igniting your purpose. If it's coming from the west, maybe it's an emotional, you know, message coming in, or something you need to look at emotionally. And if it's coming from the north, maybe it's guidance about how you need to actually manifest, you know, on a practical level. So notice that. What's the quality? What's the quality of the breeze coming in? Is it gentle? Is it soft? Is it soothing? Or is it wild and unruly? You know, let the wind speak to you. Let that air quality speak to you. And bring in the ether too, you know. Spend some time at night looking up at the heavens, looking up at the stars, you know, getting in touch with that ether element, gazing at the moon, moon bathing, you know. I think there's something that comes in here that sparks your intuition and gives you what you need to take that step forward on your path. And it unravels what's held you back. And it brings in a new current that guides you into your future. Blessings. Let me know how it goes, okay? Drop me a comment. Let me know how your week goes, how it unfolds. Take care. I'll see you next Monday.